Hello, everyone, and welcome, Karen and Therese. Debbie is MIA. She's having issues. As soon as she gets back, we'll bring her back. How are you?
Great. How are you, Cindy? Thank you so much for having us on.
Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Once Debbie gets situated here, she took herself out of the equation.
Uh-oh.
There she
I
is.
didn't.
Oh, you disappeared totally. So you did. Anyway, everybody,
better
this
now?
is my sister Debbie, the one that never wants to come around.
I'm back.
Do what?
My image is back. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's all right. Quit playing with it. You're going to make everybody dizzy.
Okay. Okay.
You're good. You're good.
All done.
You look
All
beautiful.
right.
There you go.
So we got
Well,
Brenda
thank you.
Foley saying good evening.
Hey. Hey.
Lynn, hey
I'll tell you.
everyone. Glad I could be here this evening.
Thank you for coming.
Sherry saying hello.
Hello,
This
hello.
is Charlie, Darth Carnivore. Donna saying hello.
Hey, everybody.
And this is Jerry. Hey, ladies, this is going to be a blast.
I hope so, Jerry.
Yes. Now, Karen and Therese, I saw pictures on Facebook that you guys were at a meetup lately.
Yeah. We did see. Oh, but yes, we did. That was our surprise.
Very good.
It was
That
nice
was
and
awesome.
close. It was close, so
Yeah,
go for it.
And you said, Cindy, if there's ever a local meetup, you need to go see it because you will have a blast. And it was just a fluke thing. I was on a live and watching a live, and I'm like, oh, that's by us. We could do this. And can we do this, Therese? And she's like, yeah. And then I'm like, okay, we're doing it. So
Did you have fun?
Oh, it was amazing. Everybody was so sweet. I mean, we were the newbies. Everybody else knew each other.
Exactly.
So we were the, new kids on the block, and it was everybody mostly carnivore or very carnivore, ketovore heavy meat eaters.
Yes.
Right.
So I still want to learn more about that. So it was so interesting, and everyone could not have been more friendly.
Yeah. Cindy Dimash is, Karen is very
Karen
energetic person, and she's just like a spiritual leader. Like, this is one of those people that the energy,
everybody feeds off of it.
Exactly.
It was great. So you guys, and I don't know if she's going to Ketopalooza, but you guys everybody has to meet. You will love all of them. Everybody that we met was great. It was fun. It was fun. And we went on a hike too.
Oh, you went on a hike.
Oh, that's good.
And a lunch.
And then a lunch.
Very nice. Yeah, I think Adrian ran it.
Yeah.
I like that part.
Ran it, but I saw actually from Adrian, from her live, Karen, she did a live of Karen, and that's how we found out that it was local. She's like, oh, come on, I'm going to go. She doesn't even live in the same state. And she came in.
Yeah, there was like 7 states, I think, people came from. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know about that one. I've been known to travel for the meetups, but not quite that far yet. But,
well, if you come out this way, you got to come visit us.
Trust me, I'd be on the phone with Karen. I'm coming up that way.
Good.
Come on, bring your sister. It's a sister thing.
Right. Right, Debbie?
He said, right, Debbie?
Road trip.
Oh, yeah. A fun road trip.
I said it'll be a fun road trip.
You ain't kidding.
Yes.
A couple more comments, then we're going to get into Hack Your Health and actually meeting. You got Debbie on. Congrats. Yes. She's been on one other time. She popped in when I had Nurse Cindy on. She would not stay. She said, that's it, I'm out. Just came in to say hi. Hi, Paula.
Hello.
Hello.
Will any of you be at the Tri-State meetup next month? Sherry, Brian and I are thinking about it. There is a meetup in, I believe it's Columbus, at Texas Day Brazil
Oh, I hear that's a great place to eat
in July.
in July.
It is.
Is it?
I enjoy it. And Debbie and I went to one was it Texas Day Brazil? Debbie? She must be on a delay. Hello?
Yeah.
It was Texas
hear
Day
you.
Brazil.
Hello.
I'm here.
Can you hear us?
Yep. Something like that. I'm here.
Yeah. She's
I
on
can
a-
hear both of you. All three
Yeah,
of you.
it's a delay though. If I ask you something and it's a delayed response, but don't go anywhere.
Right there.
Anyone going to Eaton, Ohio meetup this Saturday? Yes, Charlie, Brian and I are going to be there.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah, we've gone to Indy meetups. We've gone to Columbus meetups. We haven't gone to the one in Tennessee yet. I don't know if we will, but yeah, they're fun. They are fun. So, Hack Your Health. What is the main takeaway for the two of you from that conference? Since that was your first event ever, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You want to go first?
My biggest takeaway was how great it was to meet everybody and have community. So everybody, kind of understood everybody. And of course, meeting you and your sister, was the best. That actually, we were talking about it afterwards. It's like that made the conference for us because you made us so comfortable. You were so welcoming that I think it changed how we viewed the conference. I really do, because we felt like
a little pea being thrown into the, the giant sea of all these people, and we're like, wow, this is interesting.
And for me personally, I was like kind of starstruck because like the moment that I walked in, the first person I saw was Dr. Chafee, and I saw Beef and Butter Gal, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So it was like, okay, they're stars and they're bigger than life. Stars to me, and then I was like, oh my God, they are larger than life. They were, so tall, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm little old me, and it was just, I was like, I was so intimidated, and between you and Deb, you guys made us feel so comfortable, like, oh yeah, just go on in there and say hi, and I was like, really?
You have to. Everyone that we have
We
met,
felt the same way
that
too.
I've met. What, Debbie?
I said we felt the same way too. You two made it special for us too.
Oh, good.
Absolutely. The first conference we went to together was Keto Palooza in 2022. And I had done a diamond painting of 2 avocados for Joe and Rachel.
Awesome, from Two Crazy Ketos.
Yep. And I had it with me, and they were in the area where you register at the hotel. And I pulled them aside because I didn't want to carry this thing around. It was good size,
Wow.
I said, I have something for you. I want to give it to you. So, and they were excited, but they were so easy to talk to and so approachable that, it's like, now to me, they were larger than life because I had watched them for a while before we met them.
Me too.
And so that was really fun, and then of course, Dr. Barry,
Yeah, I would be starstruck. I was pretty starstruck when Therese was having her little thing with Dr. Berg. I was like, it was so almost like surreal because granted, it's YouTube, whatever, it might as well be TV. And so you see them and, your perception of them is so different, but he was, really kind and nice and, it was just
good for chiropractic for sure. I'll attest to that. He helped. Some pain relief.
The picture of you with Dr. Berg holding your wrist. That was great. That was just great.
I was like, awesome. Yeah, that works. I'll do that.
But yeah, Dr. Barry is very much the same. And Debbie, I want you to tell them our first experience at KPL with our picture with Dr. Barry. Your reaction was great.
Our picture with Dr. Well, we were always told to go see him. He's very approachable. He'll talk to you all. So we go up and we're on each side of him, and he's got his arms around us and his hand on my shoulders and rubbing my arm. And I told Cindy I'll never wash again. He was just the nicest.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so good. I mean,
Hey,
he seemed very genuine, you know, when he talks about it. I love his
Yeah.
little southernness to his
Mhm.
actions there. Yeah.
Exactly.
so Arden is here. He's saying hi.
Hey there.
Hello, Evelyn.
Hey.
That's Arden. And they're just saying hi. So Debbie, what was your biggest takeaway from Hack Your Health?
Besides meeting these two lovely ladies,
Of course, aside from those.
I like listening to the speakers. I know that's not necessarily your strongest thing, Cindy, but that's one of the things I really like to do.
It depends on what
And
they're talking
you get a lot of,
Go ahead.
no, I said I get a lot of information and a lot of feedback from the questions and answer period. So I like it.
Now, Debbie, that first day, we were going on
Mhm.
absolutely no sleep. You can't tell me you got anything out of those talks because I'm sitting there dozing off and she's
I did.
elbowing me. And then the next
Yep.
day, she's sitting there yawning and I'm like trying not to doze off. And I'm like, the hell? This is bad.
Well, you guys were put through the ringer to even get to the conference, but honestly, I didn't see the poking and prodding, but
You seemed quite awake to us.
Yes.
Like Energizer
I
bunnies.
would have
They're
never have guessed it. I was shocked when I heard the stories afterwards.
Hey, we pulled it off, Debbie.
Oh, it was an experience.
Good.
We went to the pharmacy and picked up some cosmetics and a curling iron and just try to zhuzh up a little bit. And Anyway.
You up good.
but it was fun.
Yeah, you guys are good. We're never playing poker with you guys. We're making note of that right now. You guys can pull lots of things.
But it's so much fun, Karen.
There you go. I heard you're very competitive, Cindy.
I was
don't know if
concerned about wearing the same clothes for 2 days.
Exactly.
I
Exactly. I
concerned
was
about
too.
wearing the clothes for 2 days, you know, and hopefully that the
So-
deodorant lasted a little bit longer.
Well, if it wouldn't,
But it was fun.
with you guys.
Let's see, who did we meet the first day other than Karen and Therese? Who did we actually meet?
Harry and Wendy.
Well, yeah,
Were
but
there.
they sat with us the next day, so it must not have been so bad.
It must not have been too bad. We went to the dinner that night too, still
Heck
running
yeah.
on empty.
Yeah, that was the longest night for you guys, and the dinner was
It was
incredible. Cindy, put together this great meetup at Hack Your Health, whatever, at this wonderful County Line restaurant. The food was great,
Mhm.
amazing. It was so much fun. We thoroughly enjoyed
Yeah,
every
and then-
minute.
It was a lot of fun. And the food was really, really good. People were good. It was fun. And then we found our luggage. So it worked out okay.
Yeah, after the dinner.
Thank goodness.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Or we were going to
You
go
what?
right back to Walmart and get some clothes. Dr. Mary is the kindest soul.
Well, I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, 21 our labs for us. Nice.
Dr. Barry and Nisha, they'll be at Ketapalooza.
He's another very tall guy.
I missed that. Dr.
What'd you
Barry,
say, Debbie? What'd you say?
I think we lost her.
You
I
frozen?
don't, she still wasn't
You guys are
Debbie.
breaking a little bit.
Oh,
It's your, your,
What?
on your end, it's breaking up. And you like freeze up and then it's okay. And you freeze up, it's like, so I don't know. Do you have your phone
I
on
don't know
too?
why.
Is your phone on it also?
I turned it off.
Okay. Because I don't know.
My phone is off, period.
Yeah. What
But
browser are you using?
let me turn off a couple other things.
Okay.
Silk. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm gonna put my watch in the other room.
See those pictures behind her?
yeah.
Are those the ones
She-
you painted?
She painted those.
Nice. So
She's
talented.
good. She's really good.
Yeah, we'll,
But,
you'll
yeah.
have to close up.
Sorry about the technical difficulties here.
It always happens. I'm surprised it's
The surprise is not us.
on our end.
Yeah.
If that's
Hope so. But it's okay.
Is that
Anyhow, I was
better?
telling him the pictures behind you, Debbie.
I got rid of all of my other electronics.
There you go.
Now,
guys
my
keep
watch
coming
is
and going,
on. It
so.
doesn't bother it. What, now see, what browser did you say you're using, Debbie?
Silk. It's a cheap computer, so
Now, are
That's
you
what
on
it is
Google
what it is.
Chrome or Firefox? Because this
I
runs
don't know.
best on Google Chrome. That's why, that's what your browser would be.
no, it's not my browser. You want me to go out and come back in?
No, it hasn't gotten any better since you've been doing that, so no. I was telling them the pictures behind you are the mosaic pictures you painted.
Well, you'll have to take a screenshot of them so that we can see them close.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're really pretty.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the
You're just abstract art.
Mhm.
yeah.
Barry says they're pretty.
I would have liked to seen the avocado diamond art that you gave to Two Crazy Ketos. Maybe
You'd
I'll
have to go back to some of their older videos after KPL 2022.
okay.
There for a while, they had it behind them on the live.
Mhm.
She did show it at one point,
Okay.
but yeah. Do you have other windows open on your computer? If so, I think that you need to close those, Donna said, Debbie. I said, sorry, I'm late. Just
Well, let
finished
me
cooking dinner.
try because I'm afraid I'll disappear.
Just don't close this one out. Say anything else.
I'm closing everything else.
Because that, remember the live stream I had with Neely and my computer kept messing up?
Oh no.
I was so aggravated. That was
Yep.
the first, well, other than Wendy and Harry, that was the first one I really, really look forward to. And I was so aggravated. James and Lisa will be at KPL, so that's good.
Well,
Okay,
Brian,
well, let's see if this is better.
Say hi.
Yes. Yes, because Karen and Therese won't know anybody except us.
but that's okay. We'll meet everybody.
Just knowing
That's
you
right.
will mean a lot.
Well, I don't know.
It's like, what, Debbie?
I said, we didn't know anybody at the first KPL.
Well,
That's right. It was weird at first. Here we go.
well, you made it not so weird. Oh, hi.
Well,
Hi.
thank you.
Hi, Nadia.
Hi, Nadia. See that? I know they came from your channel. And that's what I need to do here. I got some homework to do while you guys just talk.
Uh-oh.
So I'm still here. I'm just going on YouTube on another tab.
So let me talk about the rye bread.
Okay.
But you just made me disappear. No, the rye bread's great. It's perfect.
Oh,
If anybody hasn't tried it yet, they need to.
Well, it just came out. I can't believe you guys already made it.
really?
Oh my word. Debbie, Brian and I finally tried that tonight, right before the live stream. And it was like I bought a loaf of rye bread from the store. It
Yeah.
is so
Yeah.
good. If anybody listening
Mhm.
is missing rye bread,
Mhm.
Karen and Therese just put up a
Yeah.
video and it is spot on. Oh my word. It couldn't be any more perfect.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yum yum.
It is
we
now
all
one of,
need it.
yeah, it is
No,
now
it's
one of
great.
my
It is.
Well, thank you. I was very flattered that
I want to try one of the bun recipes next.
the what? Oh, one of the buns. Very good. Yeah.
Yes,
it's
I'm going to try one of those next.
Yeah, game changer for us. You know, we keep them in the freezer, and then it's so
Mhm.
easy. Just take it out and have it good to go. So, so much fun. Oh, can't wait to meet you too, Lisa.
Evelyn, she'll be there making friendship bracelets. This woman, every meetup I've been to since she started coming to KPL last year, I think. And I'm going to tell you, last year's KPL, Evelyn got up and said something, and everybody was in tears
Oh my.
because she felt like she was alone on this journey. And she has
Oh,
met
no.
so many people. It was such an inspiring, such a heart-wrenching, but inspiring comment that she made towards the end. It was great. And she's a sweet, she walks around with the coolest tool and makes these friendship bracelets for everybody. That is
awesome.
the neatest thing I've ever seen.
Can't wait to see
Very
them. That
cool.
was sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we like crafts.
Yeah. Charlie said, looking forward to meeting you too at KPL.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to
Brenda?
see Debbie and Cindy again. I'm like,
Yes.
It is.
I swear we missed you the moment,
We left. It
we
was
left.
like,
It was
oh,
like,
feels like we left something behind.
exactly.
Yeah. It was the same. We got on the plane and Debbie was like, what was your favorite thing about Hack Your Health? And I said, meeting Karen and Therese.
Well, I must say,
Because-
you two women are fascinating. Like, everyone has their
Story.
food journeys, weight journeys, but there are other things in life that you guys have overcome, and we were just like amazed.
I know. And we both felt like we've known you for years, like you're related to us or something.
and we like a lot of the same things.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Definitely interest in things, so that it
Yeah.
just makes everything so much more relatable, and your journeys and knowing your life stories and things, and all that attributes, and thinking this is hard to do, but knowing you got through all those other things that it had nothing to do with nutrition and weight.
We
and
all have the
things.
same struggles.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
that's another part of it that I thought getting that takeaway from the personal end.
Was huge from
Yeah.
going to a conference.
Right. Sherry would like to know what your keto story is, the two of you.
Well, we both have different stories. So,
Well, there you go.
with
She's my cheerleader. She always got me on the bandwagon when I was having issues. So our keto kind of started when we were taking care of our father before he passed, and she gained weight, I gained weight, my mother gained weight, the stress, staying up all night, staying up for 3 days a row and taking shifts and
going
things
to
like
work,
that.
and that went on for at least a year at the very end, where it was like,
Totally worth it.
Oh yeah,
A great journey,
yes,
but something you go through. So, and then we realized after what happened here.
what are we gonna do? And
So that was the start of
going into keto.
because we've had the same journey as many people. losing and gaining and losing and gaining, and
started off with Weight Watchers and, you know, low fat and being hungry every single minute of your life. At least that was my story.
yes, we were both athletes, and that was a big thing, you know. Like you said, when you work out and you train and you're always hungry, you know, and then I think that leads to some binge eating, you know. When I think of, you know, back in my training years, I was like, whoa, how did I eat all that in one sitting or something?
How we got our name, Low Carb Spin, we're actually figure skaters. So
it was our spin on family recipes, and also because we
can spin
at the ice on the ice.
So that's how we came up with the name. But, you know, our journeys are kind of different. With me, I probably growing up had disordered eating for a very long time. I'm very small, as in short person, and there's just not much torso for weight to go. And I skated, I trained hard, I was very muscular as a child, and we were at a rink, and our coach decided that, oh, you should skate, you know, with this guy, Andrew Pierce. So I'm like, really? And he was a much better skater than I was. And since there wasn't guys around, other mothers per se in the skating community could not understand why they would let me skate with like the one guy that could do things. And it was my coach's decision, not really my decision, but they came to my face and told me, you're too fat to skate with him, because it involves lifting somebody over your head. And if someone can't bench press more than whatever, 80 pounds or whatever, and then skates weigh 5 pounds, and there's that element of fatigue, you know, when you drop. So I never thought that I was fat. I don't think ever. I just exercised, and we ate everything. My mother was a fabulous cook.
We were Italian, so yeah, we ate everything.
Then that was the pattern of disordered eating for me, and it just spiraled from there. And then, basically yo-yo diet, very restrictive eating, and it wasn't until way later in life that I found out all my life I wasn't eating enough. So I had tanked my metabolism, and anyway, so that's kind of my story, where that it's deep rooted. It's like when somebody tells you, you're just too fat, and I'm like, I can't get rid of that. I mean, I always like, oh, I'm still fat, and I'm not, I don't feel fat, but there's still that it's trauma, and I'm sure it will always be there. So, and then Therese had restrictive because of what she does. So
many different jobs that I've had were a couple of them they weighed you every week, and what you weigh when you're 17 is not the same as what you're going to weigh when you're 23 and when you're older and older. So they would put a big sign up if you're 2 pounds over what they hired you at. So that kind of plays with your head a little bit.
Wow.
And same thing. I mean, I think for me, gaining and losing the weight and kind of binge eating was sort of my thing, back and forth. I mean, I never had tons of weight to lose, but I think the transition from an athletic body, you have lots of muscle now. For a little person, I had big legs, like pretty thumped up legs, like figure skaters have. And also I was a gymnast, so I had really big arms. And, as you get older and you're not training anymore, you can measure. I'm like, okay, the clothes still fit, but it's all turned to jello. So, it's that morphing, and it starts to happen. And I'm still doing an athletic job. I still teach figure skating, but, I'm not doing as much. I'm not jumping and spinning as much. And now wrist, we'll see, maybe not much of anything, but, that's sort of our journey.
Yeah. I had 2 children, and I gained a lot of weight with each pregnancy because I became not active. And I mean, I only had a 6-pound baby, but I gained almost 65 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
So she was kind of like this
each
and
pregnancy. So I've had my journey on getting off all of that weight. Thank God they're older, and I've been working on that for years.
But you both look fantastic. That's just it. But more than that, how is your health from all of it?
I really didn't have a lot of health problems, but I think like for me, as I'm getting older now with the menopause and things like that, the hormones, and I had a lot of fluctuating with like depression and things like that. So I took a lot of good things away from the conference with that
from Hack Your Health.
Yeah, Hack Your Health. Different people who can coach you and, finding things that will even heal that. So my health is pretty good. I think I feel a lot different now that I've kind of changed over and we've done the low carb thing. So definitely more energy.
Yeah, it took a lot of convincing. She did not want to come
I was
on
like, no
board.
way, I'm not doing that. And then I was like, okay, fine. The whole thing that sucked me in was like, okay, I did it for a couple of days and I'm like, I'm not hungry.
And I don't have a headache.
Yeah, that was always my problem. I always would get like migraines and I'm like, I got to eat then. I can't have a migraine all day. But I don't think that was necessarily from not eating. It was other issues. So, but yeah, so that's all gone.
And I did a carnivore challenge in January during carnivore month. And my takeaway from that, which I'm very interested in learning more about carnivore diet and what it can do, because I found out that too much consumption of cheese is not my friend, because I was having pains in my knees and I did not want it to be true. I was like in cheese denial. So I just have to really watch that. I didn't take it away. I'm not an abstainer, but I think I can be a moderator a little bit. Depends what day it is.
That's right.
But that's how I'm going to live my life. I'm going to try. So I am interested in trying to learn more about carnivore because, like I said, I felt better. I'm not going to, so I think it will always be like a ketovore based diet for us. There's too many things that we enjoy that.
And as we age and we change, we're sure that some things may not work. So, the more you know, the better, right, ladies?
Right. And I know.
Hey, everything works. And I got you by a lot of years. Everything still works.
Not too many years, surprisingly, Deb. But
disappeared.
Yeah. So you guys, as far as health and the way you're feeling, so Debbie was the one. I guess it's always the sister that has to drag the other sister in. Debbie got you into keto, right?
Yeah. So Debbie, you have told Nurse Cindy, you've told me so many daggone times that I don't have a story. But I want you to tell why you went into keto and when you got started until I got started. Because everybody knows everything after that.
Okay.
So now it's you.
Well, there's dual reasons. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
I can hear you. You just every once in a while your
My daughter Amy had her gallbladder removed. And I hate that. I might try my phone. Anyway, my daughter Amy had her gallbladder removed and she wasn't getting much better. She was still having pains in her side. And as it turns out, she had fatty liver disease. So I researched, and that was one of the reasons I came across this way of eating. The other one was it was the start of the pandemic. And I was 205 pounds or something like that. And I was listening to the European doctors and everything that was going on and all the people that were getting sick. and really having a hard time were those who were metabolically unwell. And I said, I want to give myself the best chance. If I'm going to catch this booger, I want to be ready. So for those two reasons, to help my daughter and to help myself, let's give it a go. And it proved to be the right smart move.
Who did you follow? You said that there were some European doctors and stuff. But what about like did you get your information from like YouTube? Because when I that's what I started.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching all these YouTube videos, and that's how I learned things. Of course, I had to go through the keto flu, which I didn't know about electrolytes, whatever. I went through all the stuff, and then she didn't have to because I took the brunt of it, learned, and then she came along on board.
I didn't have any of that. I've been lucky. I have been pretty much a healthy eater anyway. No keto flu, no bad side effects, no nothing. And wow. Amy didn't have much either. She did pretty well with it too.
Yeah, I never got the keto flu, and I went in it.
And then I tried to talk my sisters into it.
And no luck.
But we're very lucky. We can either lucky or unlucky because we can eat anything and it doesn't bother us. At least me. Nothing bothers me one way or another.
That's amazing.
So that's good and bad.
Right. That's me. I'm like, okay, why did I never have that mechanism that, if you eat this much of this, you should throw up or you should get sick. Why?
M&Ms or
yeah,
something?
I can't eat M&Ms anymore. I did that one time. Never again.
Yeah, the only time I get sick is if I try to eat. What, Debbie? I hate stopping her because there's such a delay still. And it's
Go ahead.
If I eat too much and too fast.
I'm going to put my phone on and see if that'll work better.
All right. You're going to come out of this one and come back in. Is that what you're going to do? Because you can't have two of them on.
I'm going to try this one before I go out.
Okay. So because of the gastric bypass.
All right. I'll be back.
I think she's leaving and coming back.
Okay.
Because of the gastric bypass that I had, if I eat too quick and too much, it's going to come back up. It's like I could leave one bite on my plate and I know if that goes in, I know where it's going to end up.
Right.
So it's like, nope, not going to do that. That's crazy. Yeah. So only because of the bypass. That's something I have the story on my channel, and it is I would never recommend anybody doing it.
Yeah.
Nadia says the buns that you make are so tasty.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Donna is going to subscribe to your channel.
Woo-hoo!
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And talking about Evelyn's bracelets. Yes.
Yes.
I love Evelyn's bracelets. KPL is our vacation for the year. Debbie will be back. She's having serious issues. And we are kindred spirits. When you were talking about we met. Now, Yvonne, we met her at Hack Your Health. Hello, Yvonne.
Thanks for coming.
Cindy said on her subsequent video after attending Hack Your Health that meeting you girls was the best part of Hack Your Health. And I truly believe that because
thank you.
My biggest takeaway is that I don't think it was geared towards the whole ketogenic community. It was more focused on the carnivore community. And that, it's all well and good. But what about those that are not carnivore?
Exactly.
That to me, that was like, it was kind of a missed thing, because that was, and that's why I don't take a whole lot in when they stick to one thing and that's it. I'm like, nah, because this is a community. It's not just carnivore. It's not just keto. It's not ketovore. It's the whole ketogenic community that everybody should be together, not all this separation stuff that it makes me crazy.
and not just dogmatic. I think that, you know, you can blend, because what works in my diet is certainly not going to work in Teresa's diet, and it might not work with your diet, Cindy. So yeah, I mean, it was heavily
All right.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Is that better?
Get your hand down.
Okay, I gotta get my tripod out. 'Cause
Sorry.
I'm not gonna hold this thing all night.
No. All right. You fix that. And
I'll be back.
I can hear you.
that's, is that your dog?
Yes.
Or is it Debbie's dog?
Not my dog.
no, that's one of Teresa's little guys. So it was fun yesterday when I came here. I brought my 3, so we had 5. We had 5 little barkers.
5 little barkers. Huh?
Oh my.
Clever name choice, low carb spin. I agree. I think that's great. And where it came from, it's just great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
we
is
talked.
that better? Am I on real time now?
Yeah, you
are.
sound great.
Here. Oh, thank you.
That cheap computer's got to go.
That's way better, Debbie. Because
Good.
every time you would go to talk, it would be like, all right, we've already said something. We're waiting for you. And it was like, it was weird.
Oh,
That's
well.
why I kept sitting there. If I'd ask you a question, I'd wait. So
Sorry about that. Crappy computer.
you're
and now I
good.
can't see the screen, but I'm there.
you're good.
It's the beauty of live.
You had said, Debbie, about Amy, and
The
you
gold
didn't mention your knee, first
My
of
knee.
all.
Okay. So after I started eating well, for one thing, I didn't have too many problems. I always had good blood pressure. I didn't have eating issues. I never had emotional eating problems and no digestive issues. No, nothing. I'm, pretty healthy all my life. But I started to get a little knee twinge. I think my blood sugar started to creep up a little bit. I was way too big. So 4 days after I quit sugar, my knee pain went away and it never came back. And I had bleeding gums. They quit in no time at all. I had some skin tags that went away. So there were some benefits that you just can't ignore.
Exactly.
Oh, but yet she doesn't have a story.
I don't have any stories.
You are such a sick child.
But there's probably 5 million other people that have the same story as you, Debbie. That
Right.
they
The
stop-
non-story story.
That's okay. It's okay.
That's right. Everybody needs to hear it. That's what it was drilled into me before I started this channel.
Yeah.
It's like, you have a story. People need to hear it. At least one person
Oh, you're going to touch
will
the
be
left.
helped. At least one person.
The story is getting one of my sisters involved. That's the story.
One
And
of
her
3 of us.
success is amazing.
Well, that's the happy ending, right?
Exactly.
You know? I mean, when we started our channel, we used to be making little recipes, Teresa, and doing it on our phone, like a little
sending
FaceTime
it like,
message.
oh look, this is what I'm eating. Could you eat this? You
Yeah,
know, like
so you can stay
is-
off.
this is low carb. You know,
Yeah.
like, maybe you
Yeah.
try it. And then at the end of the week, you know, like she would do my meals or whatever and be like, yeah, well, that looks good. What's in it? You know, so then I'd be typing, you know, on my phone, and that's kind of how her son said, well, why don't you just put it on YouTube?
YouTube.
And we're like, YouTube?
Like how in the universe, and we're like, oh, we'll just do it private, and to whoever we wanted, because we're all at that age where everybody was kind of getting type 2 diabetes or going on metformin or had problems with blood sugar, and we're like, you can change this with diet. I mean, everyone that we watch on YouTube, whatever, is like, you can change this with diet. You can feel better. I'm like, just give it a try before you go on medicine. Ask your doctor, will they let you?
Or even they would have so many other side effects, and I'm thinking, I think that's the side effect from that medicine, because she didn't have that before, and now she has one problem, but then she's got all these other ones. And we were like, well, if you could just change a few things you eat, maybe those other things would go away. That's kind of how we put it to our friends or whatever.
That's true. And that's the main reason I do not like medications for myself, is because I have seen so many people take one and then have side effects, take another to counteract that, and another one to counteract that. And pretty soon you got 15.
Yeah.
And
Well, it's
I'm
like-
just not playing that game.
That's like when the doctor had given me, when I was really sick for a while, and she gave me a muscle relaxer. Because I was having a lot of trouble with, I had a broken, fractured, hairline fracture in my foot.
Oh, painful.
And they gave me, she gave me a muscle relaxer. I took one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And within 4 hours, I had heart palpitations for 5 or 6 straight hours.
Goodness.
And it would just kept ramping up, stop ramping up, ramping up.
That's
I
so
tried to go to bed to just sleep it off. I couldn't go to sleep because it was constant. The next morning I get up and I looked up the side effects of this medicine. And the most severe side effect is heart palpitations. Call your doctor right away.
Oh my goodness.
I called the doctor's office that morning and I said, I will not be taking any more of these. And I told him what happened. I said, I'll go back to taking a leave because I'm not taking this stuff. So, and that was that. So yeah, it was crazy. I told Brian, I said, I don't know what's going on here, but this is going to kill me. Literally. It was bad.
Yeah. I'm sure there are instances where medications are vital for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But for the average person, it's just a Band-Aid and they don't get to the root of the problem.
Exactly. So now that, Amy's following this journey, not having a gallbladder and, having, you said fatty liver disease.
Oh, that's gone.
That's completely reversed.
That's gone. And she's great. She looks great.
That's amazing. She's going to be at Kitapalooza, so we can't meet her as well.
Yay!
Yeah. So that would be.
She turns 50 in 3 days.
Wow.
That seems crazy.
I know.
I'm not old enough to have a niece that old.
Me neither.
She's not your niece. So Debbie and I have 2 other sisters.
Mm-hmm.
When Debbie started keto, it was in June of 2020. And we have a 4-way sister chat going on.
I love it.
For 3 months. I keto this, keto that. I think you all should try this. I think you all should do this. I think we should all do this. I mean, at least once a week, if not more often. And I looked at Brian one day. I said, this was in the end of September of 2020. I said, I'm just going to do it. I said, I'm so sick of listening and hearing all this. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to shut her up one way. That's it. And that was my goal, was just to shut her up from sister chat of this, because I knew our other 2 sisters were not even going to even think about it.
And didn't want to hear it anymore either.
No. So, and Debbie knows, I thank her all the time.
Yay, Debbie.
Because,
Yep.
Yeah.
But you
100
did the
pounds
work.
later, everybody knows my story.
Yeah, I gave you the information. You just did the work. I didn't do it.
Hey, you did the lookup work. You did all that. And then I was inundated with videos to watch. Holy gee.
Yes, Dr. Berry out the wazoo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I would be texting her, go to this link, go here,
Yeah.
this is really interesting, And
Mhm.
we're following suit, taking care of my mom. My mom, since my father passed away, we make her food and everything.
Oh yeah.
She's lost like 35 pounds. And
Oh, good.
and she's, mobile and active. So,
Yeah, she
we're
moves
so happy
around.
for that. And
Doesn't have arthritis. You
yeah,
always ask there. I'm asking her, you got any aches and pains? No. She has stiff neck the other day, so I'm like, all right, you're coming to my house for 4 days. We're just gonna keep an eye on you. And she had went away and visited with somebody else, and I think
during Hack Your Health.
yeah.
And
She
you
stayed with
you
some of
eat
the people.
different foods then, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, you're a little inflamed when you came back.
Right. How's she doing now?
She's fine. She's fine. Yeah. So
Good.
it's a good thing. But we were thinking, oh my God, what did she eat when she went? When she wasn't, we weren't making her food for her.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing, It's like, It's crazy. So when I go away, I know Brian's good because he's so used to eating this way. 2 weeks after I started, he said, "Oh, I think I'll do this." And he told his story like a week and a half ago, which is phenomenal. I'm so proud of him for doing that.
Great job. I totally enjoyed that live.
He's amazing.
Right. And having, the type 1 diabetes makes it even more challenging to get your food right. I mean, it is, more of a, like for us, it's like, oh, well, maybe I'll be more inflamed or bloated or gain weight or whatever. But when you have, I have friends that have type 2 diabetes and, very concerned about they have to get that sugar low. They have to get that sugar low and at least.
And stop eating the stuff.
Right. We don't have those issues, but Ryan, it's a matter of life or death, or in our case, it's quality of life. So, definitely. I mean, that's huge. So
there's a better picture of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're not up close, but yeah. So Brenda said, I just made a power bowl: meatballs, eggs, goat cheese.
Oh, yum.
Interesting.
Definitely.
Thank
Donna
you.
just subscribed to your channel. There's Debbie's dog.
Here's Jazzy. Oh, there she is.
There's Jazzy.
She needs to be let out. That's why I'm picking her up, taking her out for a minute.
Okay.
Right.
There you go.
She's getting
got
old
white
like
hair like I
Max
do.
is. Yeah.
Huh?
So sweet. Well, we're dog people here, so
We get it.
we're crazy dog people.
No, Max made it on backstage when I did the live stream with Chris and Ash, Chris Cooking Nashville Friday. Did you watch the whole thing?
I did not watch the whole thing.
Oh, man, at the end they sang.
I know
it was so great.
It was a concert, but I missed some pieces in between. So I did get to hear them sing, and he sang his song to her. That was beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
I was trying to can't type fast enough, and I'm like, well, I hope he brings his guitar to Ketopalooza because that would be so cool.
I wish Autumn would ask him to perform on Friday night.
I told them they could have an impromptu on the riverfront. That would be cool.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would be nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
was so much fun.
Donna's just subscribed to your channel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds delicious. And Evelyn loves your bunny bread. It was so cute.
It was.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for sharing your stories.
You're welcome.
Did you hear the recipes of low carb spin? They sound delicious. Now I'm gonna tell you, you people in this chat, everyone in the chat, if you have not subscribed to Teresa and Karen, please do so. And watch their videos. They are so great. The recipes are amazing. And they need watch hours.
Yes.
They have more watch hours than they do. That's not right. They have over 3,000 subscribers. And what?
But
I
they
was
have.
shocked.
They are food artists.
We try to
They
make
are.
videos very concise because it takes a lot to watch an hour video. So we're like, oh, can we, how fast can we do this? Can we break this down so that it's to the point, it's to the recipe, and still get it out there.
Hopefully they get to see the whole recipe and see the outcome,
Oh, you girls are great. I will put up anything. It don't matter. If I screw up, it's going in.
Well, we're learning.
Yeah.
It's going in.
She's the crew. She's the editor. She's the cutter. She's the whatever. So lighting. She's my tech. So we don't have a crew.
Yeah. We don't have an editor. I barely know how to use
It's just me.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's just me. I can't even get Brian to hold the camera. It's like tripod or up here. That's it.
Yeah.
We were watching Anita live.
It's just me.
She was saying about her crew, and me and
Like,
Karen just
crew?
looked at each other. Like,
Crew? What are we doing wrong?
I go,
Crew.
Karen, here's the crew.
Exactly.
So it's
Anita is fantastic.
Yeah, we really like her.
Yeah.
She's got a big channel.
Oh, yeah.
She sent us a
I
lot.
have some Anita's comments about them. I'll look again. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting my steps and listening.
Awesome.
There you go.
Hey, where are you from? Oh, I see. Oh, I met Cindy. Yes, Brenda was at Hack Your Health.
Oh, okay.
Very good.
Hello, Jeff.
Hello.
Hello.
I just want to get through these real quick. I have reversed my diabetes with the help of Karen. That's awesome.
There you go.
There you go, Karen.
Is
Hey,
very
Nadia.
she's very special to us. So she definitely will say yay, nay, and checks her blood sugar and gives me readings. And I'm like, how did you do on this? How did you feel? And she's she's A1 in my book. So thank you.
And you are obviously A1 in her book. She has keto treats in the oven. What kind? I want some.
Crackers.
No, yeah, I'm not
Karen
sure.
is a master at getting people on board.
There you go. Everyone
Yeah.
needs
I want to make some of your crackers too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Those
good.
look so good.
Yeah, that actually the cracker recipe was a Treese. Treese needed them bad. It was a Treese design recipe, and then I just did some tweaking at the end. But it's definitely, she worked very hard on that. So kudos to her because I'm in love with them too. So
Yeah, we made two recipes, and then this one I think was the better of the two. But the other one, it was interesting because we made it with bulb colors and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Nice.
Natural dyes, though, just from food. So,
Sherry says, Deb, you can inspire others, especially when your knee pain got better so quickly.
yes.
amazing.
Told you so. Nadia said,
But
yes.
nobody
you nailed
believes
it.
that stuff.
What?
It's hard to make someone believe that that's a fact.
But
But
there's
but it is.
somebody that needs to hear it.
Yeah.
And that's why I ask you it. And everybody share this
Hmm.
because it's hard to get this woman on my videos.
it's
It
true.
really is. This is a special occasion because this is how strongly we feel towards Karen and Treese.
It's so
And
sweet.
it
Yeah.
was like,
If it wasn't for you two, I would not be here.
Ditto.
Yvonne, I am going to tell you,
Yeah.
when you make this rye bread, it is so daggone good. It's amazing. Holy cow.
And the one thing we try, Yvonne, is, we do use acacia fiber, and some people are like, oh, I never heard of it. I don't want to buy a new ingredient. But as all of our videos go along, we try to use the same ingredients over and over. So it's
you
not
don't
just a
waste it.
one-time purchase that, oh, I bought acacia fiber and now I don't know what to do with it. It will be in several of our recipes. So
And you'll want to keep making the rye bread anyway.
well,
Yes.
there you go.
Let me tell you a story about the acacia fiber because I did not have any. I wanted to make the rye bread Saturday. I didn't want to wait until next week sometime, or I guess it was yesterday I made it. So I'm going to the store looking for it. I go to the grocery store and I didn't have caraway seeds either. Could not find either one. Went to the First Health Food store. They had no caraway seeds, and I asked about acacia fiber, and she took me to the laxative department, and there was a thing saying acacia fiber for laxatives, and I said that can't be the same thing. I don't think. As it turns out, it is, I guess.
Acacia fiber and acacia powder are the same. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Right.
third store I went to, I said, okay, I'll get it. Even though it just didn't sound right at first.
Right.
But
It's kind of, you have to put in the same perspective as psyllium husk.
yep.
It would also be in the same laxative aisle because it is considered a high fiber food. It also goes under gum arabic.
Yep.
And as far as that goes, if you go to like an Indian grocery store, an ethnic grocery store, it's like a staple rather than having to go online. If you have, if you're in a big enough community where they have all the different ethnicity grocery stores for us, we have them all around. I still buy it online because usually it's cheaper.
I wouldn't find too many. I did find what I needed at Whole Foods.
Oh, perfect.
And then the crushed caraway, I just put in my Ninja and smashed it up.
Yep. I
Perfect.
had to do that too.
So you haven't found ground.
I did
caraway.
ground,
No,
but
I didn't.
the first, let's say 7 or 8 tries, I used my coffee mill to grind it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I ground it because I wanted that intense flavor. I said, but I want seeds, so it looks like rye bread.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, but I want to get, whole seeds. So that, and I actually did find them at an ethnic grocery store in bulk, like a restaurant size, and it wasn't expensive.
I feel like a lot of our recipes are because I don't want to
She's
go
the
off
taste.
track, so I'm like, okay, I need rye bread. My husband keeps buying rye bread, and I'm like, like he'll make breakfast and he's trying to be nice to me, and he's toasted rye bread, and I'm like, oh my God, I cannot eat it. Like, there's some things that are just, my weak needs. So
Right.
I'm like, we got to come up with a rye bread because
And I'm like,
keeps making it.
you can figure it out. I'm like, ah.
Well, you did a great job.
So how many takes did you say it took, Karen?
I at least made eight loaves.
And
different
I did
pieces
a
of
couple
the recipe.
too. So then we would like say, well, I did this, and then that came out too wet or too dry, or the oven time was wrong, or
Right.
and then we're also working between 2 different ovens. So hers tends to be a little hotter than mine. So and then that we kind of have to figure that out to kind of put it out there to
In
everyone.
the video, because when I make it, it's sometimes like her blenders or her
Not as
KitchenAid is
quick
not
as
as
hers.
powerful as mine. So things take sometimes less time, and it's like, oh well, mine was more fluffy. Or I'm like, okay, we're just gonna go with it. So it's always with egg white bread. You never know what you're gonna turn up with.
That's right.
So funny.
we
It's
get
just
we
funny.
get very close to God when we make bread. Like, oh, please don't
Please
cave in.
make it not fall.
It still
I
tastes.
wonder how that recipe would do with all egg white powder instead of regular egg whites.
Debbie, you have read my mind because I was going to talk to you about that later. I was wondering that too, because before you came on, we were talking backstage about the using the liquid egg whites as
Mhm.
opposed to, and I don't mean the cartoned ones. I mean you're cracking the eggs
Right.
as opposed to all egg white powder. Because every time I use any liquid egg whites, the loaf collapses a little
Mhm.
bit. So that I'm going to work on that one.
Okay, well, that country loaf that I said that I made that I want a special mold pan for, that I took our first bun recipe, which was based on Indigo Nilly and Maria Emmerich and Carnivore Angel's Journey. It was a combination of that.
Together, kind of.
Yeah, I
Right.
kind of tweaked certain things that I wanted tweaked. I took that basic recipe, and that had a lot of the egg white powder in it. But then I used the other half of the recipe that's in the caraway. So it became very voluminous in the KitchenAid, and but then you need something to contain it. So that one might work better, but we'll have to work on that. That will be one of those recipes in progress. But hey, if you come up with something, I know an in. You'll let me know.
You're not kidding. I have a lot of egg white powder to use.
Well, so do I.
Every time it went on sale, I bought the 5-gallon ones from Amazon.
Me too. The biggest thing in my cabinet. I open it up and people go, "What is
Yeah,
that?"
my mom was like, "That's so big. I've never seen a big canister like that before." I'm like, "Oh, protein powder, Mom."
Oh, you use it in so much, so many different things.
Right.
Use it up for sure.
So Nadia said the crackers use acacia too. She needs some. If you hear anything, my
That's
dog
Cindy's
is barking
dog.
somewhere.
It's that time.
Jeff was laughing. Brian's story brought tears. I have loved ones with type 1 diabetes. Yeah, it brought tears to a lot of eyes.
It teared me up too, Cindy. It was so good.
It was the tissue episode, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
This is for YouTube. YouTube user, very professional presentations and terrific recipes for you guys. That was off of your channel.
Oh, well, thank
Wow.
you.
Absolutely. You guys are your food stylists as well as imaginative is all heck, you know, you have great ideas and then you present them so beautifully.
Well, and that's
Very
kind of
appealing.
people.
Thank you.
I mean, I think food is about what it looks like too.
Mhm.
It's, you know, if maybe it tastes good, but if it really looks unappetizing or it doesn't look to the normal eye,
The naysayers won't try it.
right?
Because if you say, "Oh, this is lower carb," or "This
Right.
isn't made with, you know, your cane sugar. This has, you know,
it's
natural
probably going to
sugar,"
taste terrible.
they like
you
don't
know?
even want to taste it. But we just put things out. Like in our family, we've done our family recipes, turned them over so that we could eat them. We'll make the regular stuff, and everybody has a choice. But everybody's kind of merging over. I mean, our husbands don't follow keto. If we're doing something, they'll kind of come
little.
on board. But you know, they're eating the sandwich, and you know,
Mine had the frozen fingers, you know, like when you hold the mouth and then he had to undo his fingers and they would crack and it would be painful. And I would say, well, you know, could you try it for a week? I mean, are you going to die if you don't get to eat your junk food, whatever? See what happens. You know, that's the only way you're going to know. If you want your fingers to be better, then don't complain about it. If you're not doing anything to help it, he tried it. His fingers are good now. And he had one finger on the other hand that was being really stubborn. And I mean, he's not perfect. He doesn't stay, you know, like he's not a perfect keto or anything, but he does eat other stuff, but he comes back to it. So that's way better than still eating all the stuff bad all the time. So
Right.
fingers, I mean, obviously he's keeping it to, you know, a minimum. But I mean, he will eat regular sugar, but he's really on board. Like he's like, I'll eat this bread. You know, he likes the rye bread. And
my husband too. He said, "No, this is
the lasagna. He loves the lasagna." And like, yeah, I was like, first thing I'm not giving up lasagna. So we got to find
Right.
lasagna.
Nadia asked, why don't our comments post? If you're talking about on here, I have to click on them, and I'm trying not to interrupt when somebody's talking to go on to another comment, but I am trying to get to every one of them that are listed. So if that's what you mean, the ones that you've posted, I totally see them, and I am getting to them as quickly as I can.
Yeah.
And you see her comments on yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in the scroll. So
Donna says, Cindy, your videos always turn out so good. Well, thank you.
oh, I know. I'm
good at editing.
on pizza now.
I'm telling you, it's good.
I'm going to try that upside down pizza.
It's good too.
That one I don't know.
Nadia said Pop-Tart bars. You made those?
That's what she made. It's not our recipe. It was actually Carolyn Ketchum from All Day I Dream About Food. And she was asking me today about, she wanted something. And I'm like, oh, well, you know what? Go on this girl's channel because I believe that Carolyn Ketchum is diabetic. And so I was like, why don't you go and see, because she's going to have, I know that her recipes are mostly going to be clean. They use almond flour, coconut flour, and she was concerned about, you know, I don't have all the ingredients, and I knew a lot of the recipes from Carolyn that she would be able to, you know, do. And so she said, okay, I'm going to try it.
So that's our snacks that was in the oven. I got it.
Uh-huh.
And fruit roll-ups.
Yes, extra.
Keto, of course. Carolyn Ketchum is another whiz.
Yeah.
I have made so many of her recipes in the past. It's crazy. Between her and now Chris Cooking Nashville, your all's recipes, and then there's Wendy. I'm like, I don't need to create them. All I got to do is redo somebody else's.
Oh, well, true. But I love it that we can pull from all these different creators, and then I can stay on my track.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
it's something we don't have, you know, sure, of course. I'm going to go make somebody else's recipe for sure.
Yeah. And everybody does ease, and, you know, sometimes we use a lot of ingredients in our recipes, but that's because we're trying so hard to replicate the texture, the everything. And sometimes, you know, you leave one thing out to shorten the recipe, and it's like, okay, I liked loaf number 7 better, you know, so it's hard.
You want the real taste, the real thing, you know, and seriously, when you buy stuff already prepared. I mean, look at the ingredients list.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's garbage. Most of it's garbage, but that's how you get that main taste. So, you know, you can make a 3-ingredient bread. You can make a 3-ingredient cake that you make in the microwave for 5 seconds, but is that going to taste like the one that we used all the other ingredients?
Nope.
I don't think so. No, it's gonna be richer. It's gonna be more like the closest to the real thing. So for me, that's huge because I don't feel like I'm giving anything up.
Yeah,
She just
right.
made me poppy seed cake because that was one of my other things. That was our favorite birthday cake growing up. Most kids want all the blue and purple frosting and they want some design on it. We always wanted my mom's poppy seed cake. It wasn't her original recipe, but it's almost like a pound cake. It had a lot of poppy seeds in it.
Heavy poppy seeds.
And it had a drizzle on the top of like a powdered sugar with, you know, some
It was
orange
lemon
juice
zest,
and lemon.
orange juice. So it was tart, sweet. It was just great, and it was such a big thing. And even my kids, that was like the birthday cake. There was two-
Recipe video, please.
We've done it.
Sounds good.
Our
It's
first big cake recipes we
Yeah.
tried, but still, I'm like, oh man, we didn't make another poppy seed cake. I haven't had it in a while. You know, we don't eat our treats that often, but when we really want to, we get together, and I'm like, it's poppy seed cake time. Like, good, I can have it, you know, and I don't have to derail. For me, if I eat the sugar when we go to the holidays, it takes me forever to get back on. Like, it's that sugar. Like, I could be off for months.
right. But
I'll tell you, I've gone to our oldest sister's house for Thanksgiving a couple years since I moved to Kentucky. And the first year I went, I made one of Carolyn Kesham's dessert recipes. The sex in a pan recipe. So good. They all loved it. None of them are keto, really. And they're like, they asked me to make it again. I'm like, nah, I'll make something else. That's a lot of it. It's a detailed dessert. But they loved it. And they had all this other junk.
And
I ate the turkey and I ate, you know, a little bit of the vegetables because I don't eat very many vegetables overall myself. And I ate my dessert. I don't have to eat everything else that's there because it's a holiday or because it's a birthday or it's whatever reason is out there. I don't have to do it. I'm not 100% perfect
Right.
100% of the time.
Right.
But overall, I mean, you guys saw that when we went to that cafeteria style restaurant Saturday night down in Austin.
It's great.
It was good food, but you know, that breaded fish was good.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me to eat it afterwards.
I think that when doing keto, low carb or ketovore, and even doing, the carnivore that we've, dribbled in a little bit, it's helped me to be a better moderator so that I can go off and if I do have something, I know that I'm going to get back because that's my lifestyle.
Yep.
I have one of my children works at a bakery, and so he is learning how to make all this different stuff, and he's a decorator. And the thing that happens is, he'll make something special and he'll bring it home.
Proud of
And
it.
I can't,
of course.
and I feel like I can't not taste it. I say, is it carb worthy? And he's like, yeah, it's pretty good, Mom. And so so then I'll taste it. But that's, that is pure sugar, pure everything, that I don't eat. But I will try all that because, I'm not going to say no. And I'm lucky
that's
that
his passion.
right.
So
And I'm lucky.
Support him.
Yeah, and I'm lucky that, this is our choice to do what we do because we feel better, our health is better, but we can go off the lifestyle because we don't have type 2 diabetes. We don't have, not saying it's any easier to go off and come back on, but because we don't have any restrictions or severe allergies or anything like that, it's our choice, but it does keep us reeled in. I feel for me that's probably the biggest takeaway, where I can eat 1 or 2 M&Ms. I don't, but before standard American diet, like I said, you eat a whole bag of M&Ms. That would not be,
Everyone has their triggers, I think.
Right.
But
Now, my biggest thing, and I am so proud of myself, it's been going on 4 years now, and I have not had one donut.
very good.
yeah.
There is one, it's funny because there's a donut shop in our town, and the name of it is Best Donuts. I said, I'll be the judge of that when I get to 150 pounds, which would probably never happen. And I told Debbie, I said, we'll have to share one. She said, I ain't sharing nothing. She said, if I'm going to get one, it's all mine.
If you're gonna do it right. And
Yeah,
then be done
okay.
with it.
Aubrey's. All I'm going to say is Aubrey's.
I know.
I ain't saying nothing else.
Okay, well, when
Anyway,
you
Hack Your Health is going, Brenda says, Hack Your Health is going to Tampa next year. No dates yet. In September, they did say the first weekend of September.
I believe so.
Deb, we hope you make more frequent appearances. Sherry said.
Well,
Yay.
thank you.
Keto Chow uses acacia fiber. Yes, they do.
Mhm.
James Ortega, Brian's story was so touching. Thank you,
Yep.
Donna. It was. Sounds like Hack Your Health 25 will be during peak hurricane season in Florida.
Oh dear.
Yes.
Hey,
That's
you
the
know,
thing.
we're at peak tornado season in Texas,
Yes.
so what the heck?
Yeah,
That's
wow.
why our planes were so messed up. I love
Exactly.
all of them. The Texas A&M Aggies are getting ready to start the baseball game. If they win tonight, they win the national championship. We're all very excited here. All righty, Brenda.
Good.
Yes. Hit the like button. Thank you, Evelyn. Might go. I had to order on Amazon, but I have caraway seeds. Being German, they are a staple in my house, and I just grind them up. I had
Oh,
my husband grind some up for me today while I was getting the stuff in the mixing bowl, and I was cooking our first meal while I was doing the bread. And it was, I said, "Here, do me a favor, grind up." I had a little over a half a jar,
uh-huh.
and then I just bought a full jar of caraway seeds. So I had him grind up the half a jar, so I have plenty for the next loaf.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad there's going to be slow.
Yeah.
There you go.
it's going to be a staple, that's for sure. Oops, got to go check my stuff.
Bye.
Cindy, do you think you might go to Hack Your Health 25? I do not know. My husband would probably love it, just being in Florida. I don't know yet. It's going to depend on money and our dog and a lot, because Max
My
isn't doing so
job.
well. And
Aw.
Debbie's job, I'll have
My
to get her to
job.
retire. She's trying to somewhat.
Well, it's hard to retire, Deb, when you're so good at what you do.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's a true story. That's a true fact. She is so in demand down there. Every time I talk to her, like, I got a customer. There for a while, I couldn't call her at work because every time I called, a customer would walk in.
And
She said, I
"Don't
just
call
need to
me
get
anymore."
stuff done. Don't call. Then if she'd get bored, she'd call me. And then a customer would walk in.
Well, there you go. That's how you drum up business, right? You leave the floor to go to the bathroom, and then, all of a
There you go.
sudden, where is everybody? Is anybody here?
That's it. That's all you have to do.
Carrie said Bill will be, I guess Carrie Mann said that Bill, I would assume Bill Knott will be there.
Oh, that's nice.
I think all EWP is too dry. Mine has not been dry at all. Still trying to
No.
find bread that's not dry.
I have not had any problem with the egg white protein at all for anything I've ever done.
The only thing I don't like is the egg white bread toasted. Now I will try the rye bread, but the egg white bread toasted has a little bit choky outside. That's my favorite part of the bread is the crust. Any breads. Always has been.
You'll have to let us know with the rye because I actually enjoyed it toasted.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to make that tomorrow and make a Reuben with it.
Yeah.
I
I
got my
thought you
stuff
were
for the
taking
Reuben
some for
yesterday
lunch
too.
today.
I can't make that at work today. That's something to be savored when I'm at home and taking my time.
Well, yesterday in our chat last night, you said, and these girls will attest, I know what I'm taking for lunch tomorrow.
But
Did
it
she
wouldn't
not?
Yeah,
I'll pull up the text.
a sandwich, but not a Reuben.
Right.
But I wound up fasting this today, so.
Oh, okay.
She tells no, it's a joke because she tells me all the time, "Oh, I'm gonna take this for lunch," and every day I forgot. I forgot. Jerry says in July I'm starting a minimal ingredient carnivore plan with dairy. Just announced it on my channel yesterday. 68 days post-op back surgery. She's doing
Wow.
Wow.
spine surgery. She's doing really good.
Oh, that's terrific to hear. That's rough. I've had friends that have had spinal surgery and it's a hard comeback.
My non-keto friends and family are clueless when I feed them keto recipes. Oh, I'll make it a point to tell them. I don't care.
That's the way to go.
To gobble them up.
Food is
Your
food.
daughter is starting her junior year at Culinary School Career Center this year. Wow.
Excellent. Is there anything she's really into? You know, so like she like pastry? Does she like, savory dishes? That's always something. There's so many different elements to culinary. So
Well, the artistry too. It's just that blows us away. We just love to watch people making fascinating.
yeah, some of those channels where they sculpt chocolate. Amazing. Makes me hungry though. I must say, I makes me crave a little chocolate here and there.
I used to watch
That's
some
why
British-
that's why I have my Chalk Zero.
Yep.
When I crave chocolate, that's what it is. Brenda,
There
I
you go.
reversed type 2 and fatty liver disease and lost 60 pounds on ketovore.
Oh,
Awesome,
awesome.
Brenda.
That's
Fabulous.
Feels so good.
Evelyn bumped over to Low Carb Spin to give them some watch hours. They were talking about trying their kids' food.
Very good.
As she talks about her daughter, Career Center. I found you guys because of Ketogenic Woman Anita. Yep.
Yeah, she's
She's
pretty
great.
super.
We can't wait to meet her too.
Yeah.
I was hoping she was going to come to Hack Your Health. She was going to go to dinner with us Friday night.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She had messaged me. She said, can I go? You still have spots open? I said, absolutely, you can come. And then she messaged me after she got back from Tennessee. I can't make it. I'm like,
It's a big trip and she's far, so I totally understand. So I was hoping
yeah, we got to meet her last year at KetoCon.
nice.
She was there.
There's so many people that I would enjoy meeting just to, like you say, hear their story and just little ins and outs, always.
Yeah.
Because there's always a little takeaway. There's a little nugget that somebody says, even though you hear it from so many people, they say the same thing, but then one person just says it a little bit different. And it's like, boom, aha moment. And, then it's like, oh, I should do that. Like, that will do it.
Very relatable.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, it's just been, I don't know. It's crazy. This whole journey has been crazy. She likes trashing my kitchen when she cooks. I'm watching Amory Gishon.
I don't know who that is, but
Me neither. Never heard of him.
we might have to check that out.
I guess we trash my kitchen most of the time.
We do. If you guys saw what goes on behind the scenes that you don't see in just the little footprint of my iPhone.
Yeah, I've noticed that you put your little bitty dishes way behind the camera.
Yeah.
And those are the cutest little things.
I'm a pottery nut. I
Yeah.
love all kinds of glazed pottery. I have a guy that who does all the outdoor art fairs, and
That are in the
I
area.
usually go check out his booth. I'm not buying it for me because I have no place to put it anymore. I buy it for gifts. I have to get that.
Or I buy her and I'm like, well, it's for our channel. So
Yeah.
it's totally justified, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Actually, the little tiny ones I just did in the last video are from my girlfriend sent me them from one of her last vacations. And I just love them every time I see them. They just make me so happy.
Those little bitty square ones.
Yeah.
And I
I
have
love those.
if y'all have gadgets, whatever, start a YouTube channel because I'm a collector of kitchen gadgets and all kinds. I just like, oh, you never know when you're gonna need this, you know, right? Since we've started our channel, I can honestly say that we have used every spoon, fork, spatula, weird kind of tool, you
Stuff
name it.
that I had still on the
so,
shelf from when I got
like,
married and never
yeah.
ever like used it, thinking you need this,
You
and
need-
then you think, what? You
Right.
don't want to throw it out. You don't want to give it away, and then all of a sudden we're like, oh wait, I got one of those.
I got one of
think
those.
I have one of those. And start digging.
So
and
it's
find
so
it.
nice to like
To actually
finally
use it,
all
yeah.
those things. So we're so enjoying that. It's been so nice having a channel and just we don't live in the same town, so we're about 45 minutes away. So it's hard for us to get together. Number one, when we both have days off. Besides, I'll be working on a day off to create a recipe or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, I have to drive over her. Like, you have to try this. You have to, like, am I crazy? Is this good?
Before
My
we
husband
do
couldn't.
another attempt,
He couldn't
yeah.
tell. And I'm like, okay, I gave it to the people at work, and they're like, oh yeah, it's pretty good. I'm like, is it good enough to do it? Just do I need to work on this? She goes, yeah, you should do a video of it. I'm like, okay, but there's something not right. I need her taste buds, and what do you think? No, it's a little bit too dry. It's a little this,
I think it's the flavor profile is always between us. Like she likes things a little more seasoned than I do, and I'm like, oh, you gotta dial it back just a little bit. So like between us, we come up with the flavor, I guess, because and then we do ask lots of people. So between the feedback,
See,
Yeah.
you guys say you don't have a crew, but you have taste testers.
You have to.
You told me this.
So,
well, I bring them to work,
and I bring them.
People are always hungry, and there are some people that I work with who are very interested in clean eating.
Right.
They don't necessarily do keto, but very intrigued by lowering sugar, those kind of things.
Mhm.
So sometimes I'll bring that kind of thing.
Right. We have a couple of people that wear the glucose monitors that will try our things, which tries to keep us in check sugar wise and stuff like that as far as spiking. But I have a great manager where I work, and she's a foodie, and she likes all different things. She's like, oh, you should maybe try this, and I'll be like, ooh, what do you think of this thumbnail? Like, oh, I don't like the color. It will be. So we have helpers throughout to takes a village to do this.
So are there any recipes that
I had a question about your pizza.
Okay.
I watched the video yesterday where there was the white sauce and the red sauce, and you had so much left over. What did you do with all the pizza?
The pizza, we
had everybody over?
Yeah.
There you go.
Her family and my family,
Yeah.
everyone, and
because-
some friends were like, "Come try it,"
Right.
So
It heats. You can heat it up, and it was fine.
good the next day too. Yeah. So.
But it looked great.
Oh.
So Evelyn said about this Omari Deshawn. Look him up. You won't be disappointed. If ever you will break a diet, I would do it for a dish he's made.
Oh my God. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, it's going to be one of those interesting channels.
Questions for Miss Debbie. I wonder what makes my bread dry all the time with egg white powder.
Oh, I have no idea.
I think sometimes
Not
after
fat.
you put the fat in, if you over whip it, I'm almost
Makes
like
it
that.
styrofoamy. Yeah.
That's what makes it.
Yeah, that's why they just do a couple little mixes, so it almost doesn't look like it's completely mixed,
Mhm.
and then it
Nice.
doesn't deflate.
And if you over bake it too, it might dry it out a little bit.
Right. If when
Definitely.
you so it doesn't deflate because it's basically meringue almost, right?
Mhm.
Or souffle or whatever. If you cool it down too fast, you can get that. And sometimes I know we've had problems with the deflation because either we sprayed the pan or you spray it too heavily. Sometimes it's better if we just use the parchment paper
Mhm.
rather than spray, because then it would shrink in the sides. I mean, there's been so many. I've taken pictures. If I go through my phone, you will see these it's almost like cloud formations in the sky. No, what is this strange
I think
thing?
we need to put that at the end, like one of our next bread recipes.
Like
this
all the
is-
fails?
Yeah, this is what we had to go through to get
To get
a
this.
square looking piece of bread.
Yep.
Which, you know,
Now,
an amoeba looking sandwich, and I was okay with it.
Right.
you know, Karen, that's another video you girls could do is the gadget video.
Oh,
Your favorite gadgets. Wes did that. High
Oh.
falutin, low carb. He did that one day a couple years ago now, but it was pretty interesting. It was his favorite gadgets. Remember that, Debbie?
I do.
Because I watch all his. He's so funny.
yeah.
He had a good Pop-Tarts recipe.
Just
Couple
the other
recipes on
day.
there.
Yeah.
That's what sparked me to tell Nadia to go on Carolyn Ketchum because she wanted something faster, and I didn't know I didn't watch Wes's yet, and so I just saw the thumbnail picture
Mhm.
on my feed, and I was like, oh, I know she would be into the whole Pop-Tart. So that's why I had mentioned Carolyn's, because I knew, because Carolyn I'm pretty sure she's diabetic,
I think so.
and then that would be
She was our first cookbook too. Like I ever
Yeah.
bought a keto cookbook. So
yeah. So actually, we have quite a few, and she does really cool things in the beginning of her cookbook. Like she'll explain about what the sugar does or all the different flours. She'll explain what they do. So it's a really good baker's cheat sheet because all this keto baking is absolute science experiment every time.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's
I've
one of
got
the best.
several of her books.
Yeah.
What, Debbie?
I said she's one of the best with the technical side.
Right.
Mhm. Yep.
So Evelyn says to me, you have your guinea pig. Now, we've discussed this in Texas. When we went to dinner, on a similarity between Karen's husband and my husband when it comes to tasting food.
Mhm.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's like,
elaborate on that a little bit.
yeah,
It's like, I think it was on the last video that I put up, or it's coming up on one. He says, it's okay. It's
No.
about the cantaloupe, the keto chow.
Yes.
He said,
he say it was.
but is it good?
He said it's not
It's
bad.
not bad.
Like, what does not bad mean?
I go, we're not aiming for not,
Not
bad.
bad.
We're aiming for delicious.
Right. So it was about the keto chow, or the cantaloupe popsicles that I made.
Mhm.
He said, it's not bad. I said, but is it good?
Right. the loaf
I
looks
swear,
delicious.
I think his taste buds are mute. He likes everything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'm telling you, it's just crazy.
Yeah, my
So
husband.
I don't know if I can rely on him.
Right. That's why you have to spread out and find taste testers. Neighbors say, "Oh, guess what? We just made this. Want to come try?" I'm like, "Okay, I'll try."
Does anyone like lemon?
Yeah.
We kind of put it out
Come
there.
on over.
I'll tell you, my neighbors know that I do keto.
Uh-huh.
They don't want any part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have given one lady across the way, she's 78 years old. She bowls with me. She got me into bowling out here.
Awesome.
And I gave her I had made some fudge. She was sick, her and her daughter, after Brian and I had gotten sick after the holidays. They got it, the COVID. And I brought them some to snack on rather than to eat chocolate. I made some keto chow fudge. I had several kinds I took over there. Just other stuff. She said, it's just not sweet enough for me.
Wow.
Rock Zero chocolates. Oh, they're good. They're just not sweet enough. And I'm like,
Wow.
so no, I probably wouldn't hit up the neighbors. I'll just have to go with what I think and partially what Brian thinks. Evelyn has all of Carolyn's cookbooks, including digital.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I have some of Maria's cookbooks, Carolyn's cookbooks. I don't even know who else. I can't house them all.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
I find you have to go back to them because sometimes I get so caught up online And I'm like, oh, it's so nice to go through the paper book and open it. And you know,
Right.
that's always, it's, you know.
I also have like 4 binders of recipes that I've printed up.
Yeah.
I need to get another binder for just Chris's recipes.
Ah,
Mhm.
Carnivore recipes by Chris Cooking Nashville.
yeah.
I do not know where he comes up with his stuff.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
It is.
I haven't tried the mashed potatoes, so I'm intrigued. I just haven't had a chance to do that yet, but
I'll tell you, I made those. They were so good, so delicious. And there's not words to describe how good they are. The
Wow.
hardest part, the most time consuming part of those is getting the egg whites cooked just right, where they're not, dried out and not browned. So you have to constantly be, after that, everything goes quick. It's all in the blender. It's like, boom. But man, they are ridiculously good. And then we had some left over. And I took it and I put it in a patty. Didn't put any coating on it, no breading or anything, and fried it in butter. Oh,
wow. Well, how bad
Yum.
could that be?
it was so good. I'm like, daggone, this man is a genius.
I'm definitely gonna have to try that for sure.
Definitely.
They are they just like mashed potatoes. I don't know how egg whites taste like potatoes, but
I don't know.
Maria Emmerich
it's just
made
incredible.
ice cream out of egg whites the other day, and I'm like, wow.
That's interesting.
So, and with
Try
with
that too.
she used a regular, I think she had a Cuisinart ice cream maker.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to ask everyone who's watching if you have a great creamy recipe, whatever. And I know, Cindy, you must have a ton. I just got
No,
one.
honestly, it's just keto chow. That's what I use my creamy for.
Yeah,
That's
but
it.
I didn't even. It's not even unboxed. It's sitting
Yeah.
sitting in my kitchen, and it's bigger than life, and I haven't even unboxed it.
Karen, make you a shake with butter, throw it in the container and put it in the freezer, and the next day run it through the creamy. It is simple as that.
Wow.
I'm glad it's simple.
Yeah.
And once you do it, you'll never go back.
That's right.
You have a
I'm
creamy.
telling you, we've had
Yeah.
Oh,
we've had ice cream probably twice a week the last few weeks.
well,
for dinner.
it's been hot enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, like I said, Debbie doesn't do it as a meal most of the time. So she might eat a half one at a time and then eat some protein with it. I, on the other hand, and Brian, that's our meal. We sit down in front of the TV with our ice cream covered up to here because you freeze to death when you're eating this thing. It's like Rachel says, and I get it. She sits in her bathtub of hot water when she eats her ice cream from a creamy because it's that cold.
It is cool.
Oh my God.
Your whole mouth gets like, whoa.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, my most favorite and surprising is the Keto Chow banana made with a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream and then frozen. And then I use walnuts as a mix-in.
And the rest water.
And the rest water, yes. It's so good.
Okay. Chalk up recipe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make note of these. So for sure.
Now, see, I made Joe and Rachel's. Yvonne's, I made Maria's egg white protein pudding with salted caramel equipped, and it's really good. Also, her iced coffee ice cream came out great in the creamy.
Okay. Did
I
you just
tried.
make coffee ice cream?
I did, but I didn't have the equip, so I had to kind of, fudge it a little bit. But it did come out really good, and my husband's like, "Yeah, I can eat this." Like, yeah,
I tried Joe and Rachel's egg white. Was it egg white or just egg? Scrambled egg.
Scrambled
pudding.
eggs.
Mhm.
Nope. I have not tried Maria's hard-boiled egg pudding. Nope.
Oh, actually,
that's really
it's
good. The
delicious.
chocolate one is delicious.
I always had.
I just
I know. I was so intrigued because I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me, and that's why I ended up making it because I'm like, this sounds so gross,
Yeah.
whatever. But
I like it, and you just. I'm the same way. I'm like thinking I'm making it, and I'm kind of grossing myself out, thinking I'm putting chocolate in this. But I know when I see it all brown, it's like okay. Just think of it as like milk.
I brought it to work. People
Everyone liked it.
devoured it. They were like, and I'm like, guess what it's made out of? And they're like, hard, like, ew. But I'm like, it's right. And they're like, yes. So, kudos to Maria. She's very inventive.
Yeah, she's
very
It
inventive.
is. Have you ever made it, Debbie?
No, don't intend to.
No,
Have you made the scrambled egg pudding?
Nope.
Nope.
I haven't
don't-
made-
We've made keto chow pudding with gelatin.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I
We've made
don't
that.
eat that. I might have keto chow maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. I try to stay to whole foods more so than products. So I don't go in for all those things.
Yeah.
I just keep it real. Keep it basic.
Jason says, I don't have room for another appliance.
Well, I tell you, I got the creamy because Nadia, whatever who chimed in here, she was
Oh,
talking.
she had to leave a while back.
Yeah, she was talking about this creamy, and she's like, oh, they have it for this. This is the one you wanted, Karen. They have it this. Oh, and you can stack coupons, and she got it. It's like so cheap. And I'm like, okay, now I have to get it because I was like, maybe I need a dehydrator. I don't know. And I'm like, well, I don't have any room for appliances. I have a tiny kitchen too. I don't even have an eat-in kitchen. So I'm like, I don't know. But then it was so cheap, and I'm like, I gotta get it. So I got it. I haven't used it yet.
Well, I keep cleaning out like I have a sliding thing that's all shelving on one wall, and I keep cleaning out areas to put more keto things and more, like the new pans and the silicone this, and I'm like, okay, I got to clean out another cubby. I got to go through stuff because I have more stuff now.
Yeah, you don't need that winter clothes
Yeah.
and scarves.
Don't
Now
need
we
that.
need another room for baking pans.
I got to tell you, when we first bought this house, I have an island, and I have 2 drawers in the island, and then 2 cabinet doors at the bottom where pots and pans and bakeware and all that stuff is. One of the drawers, I had so many jars and bottles of spices that I put them in this drawer, and I had them all laid out. Well, Debbie came over one day. I said, check this out.
Mhm.
She went home and made one of her drawers into spices. She said,
And let me
"That's
tell you,
such a
it's the
cool idea."
smartest thing I ever did.
Yep.
It's great.
Mhm.
I have a little thing that you pull out, and it comes down to you. The spices come down to you.
I still can't reach what I need
Yeah,
when I'm in her
the
kitchen.
top ones,
but
but
it is cool that it pulls down. It pulls down lower. So
you need one of those like library ladders, like so she
Yeah.
can get in the kitchen, that slides across.
exactly.
So
I
my
don't
question,
know what that was about.
What?
Sorry, there was a couple comments from some tarot killer or something
Well,
that
okay.
repeated a question that Brenda had asked you about the dryness of the egg white powder, and then said
Oh.
something stupid. So I just got rid of the comments.
Okay.
Well, that's nice.
Brenda says, I got a deluxe creamy last week. Topped with peanut butter in the freezer. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
Joe and Rachel rock.
Absolutely.
Rachel, egg pudding is better after it sits a day.
Yes, it's because
I
of
might not have mixed it enough. I did the scramble egg one. See, this person,
Are you getting the same comments?
yeah, tarot killer.
oh,
Okay.
And
Be
they're
right back.
just copying. I just banned them and removed their comments. I don't know. Egg white one is just like that, but you scramble egg whites first, cool them before blending them with coconut milk and protein powder.
yeah.
Jason, I have never actually used keto chow the way it's suggested, only as an ingredient. Well, Jason, you are missing out.
Yeah.
I did, Jason. I blocked them and deleted them. What the heck? And they keep coming back. Naomi, hello. Can't wait to meet Joe and Rachel next month. Yes. This tarot killer keeps coming back. And I've banned them. And I've removed their comments and I've banned them again.
Is it a comment we shouldn't see?
Probably a bot of some kind.
Here, I'll light one up. Just black them, Cindy. And it's Jason, based on what Jason just said. Cannot wait to beat Joe and Rachel next month. What the?
That's it.
Why can't I block them?
I don't know.
I have tried and they keep coming back.
Well, then just ignore it and don't highlight it.
Oh,
That's so weird.
Brenda says scary. It's nature of the beast. You know,
That's true.
this is the only time I've had any problems like this in all the live streams that I've done with Sana. And the only time that we've had a repeat person, especially trying to block them. But as far as comments on my videos, I had one that just said, "Nobody cares, Grandma." I'm like, well, somebody does. Delete.
Oh my gosh, that was horrible.
And then there was a woman, I don't know if you all saw Wendy's video where she went off about somebody's comment about her using Keto Chow.
Yeah.
Oh.
This person had commented on one of mine. I don't know why or how you can back up a company like that.
Huh.
And I talk about Keto Chow all the time on all of my videos, everything, you know, and I blocked them.
You're their best spokesperson, Cindy.
And well, I'm sure I'm not their best one. It's probably the most irritating one.
It's her pantry. That's
pantry envy.
Yeah, pantry envy. Definitely.
Did you guys see her pantry?
Yes, I did. I am so
I
jealous.
forgot, Debbie, those 3 drawers of that one little cabinet right outside the pantry that has Keto Chow all in it. I forgot about that when I did that video. I told Brian, Karen wants to see a picture in a video of me with my apron on, my Keto Chow apron at my pantry. I told Brian what I'm going to do is I'm going to set out all my Keto Chow on the island. All the containers, all the packs.
That's a
and
lot
hope
of
none of
work.
it falls. And then just pan around.
That's a lot
I've
of
done
work.
that once before. I have so much. I can't
Definitely a lot of work.
subscription. I have so much.
Yeah.
Brenda says someone needs a life. Naomi says, I agree. Keto Chow is the best company ever. It is.
Definitely.
And I tell you, I am now affiliated with, and I have been since Hack Your Health, is Scrummy Sweets. And they are so good.
Yes, we're trying to
The best ingredients.
recipes with them.
Yeah.
See what we can do.
We tried the syrup and we liked it. Yeah.
I did
Very
try.
good.
I did
It's
try
good.
one recipe and it didn't work. But it tasted good, but it didn't work the way I wanted it to work. So we'll keep it under wraps, but we're going to work with them because I think we can come up with something. Yeah.
As Susie was saying, try it on chicken. That's syrup.
Yeah.
She said it works
Chicken.
well on chicken.
Chicken and waffles.
Yeah.
There you go.
Are you guys from the South?
She lives in South Carolina.
Yeah.
I'm not from here, but I live here for a long time.
I was just going to say that, but you beat me to it. All you do with bad comments is delete them and move on.
Yep.
I'm not even giving them the satisfaction because there's another one.
That's crazy.
I don't know. If you go on my channel, you probably be able to see it.
Oh my.
It's constant. I don't.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, it's not you. Deb, I'm from North Carolina, grew up in Georgia. I love the South. She now lives in Texas, I believe.
Wow. Wow,
Mm.
hot to hotter.
Yeah, really.
I don't know about
We
that.
grew up in Cincinnati.
Mhm.
She moved to South Carolina long time ago.
28 years ago.
Wow.
I moved to New England in 1997. And in 2021, Brian and I moved to Kentucky.
You guys didn't pick up that twang.
Yeah.
That's amazing after being there all that time.
Well, there's a whole lot of people that don't have a twang that live around here.
Yeah. My dad was from Kentucky, so we love the Southern twang. You know, we go down there and visit our second cousins, and they'd be like, "Keep talking. We like to hear you talk."
They would think that we had the
Our
accent.
Chicago accent. We're like, really? We have an accent? It's the first time we even thought about it.
Mhm.
When I lived up in New Hampshire, everybody said, "You're not from here. Where are you from?" Because I pronounce my R's. That's what it is. Brian has such a thick New England accent. And the people here have a hard time understanding what he's saying sometimes. They'll go, "What did he say?" I'm like, "Dude, you need to learn how to talk all over again." So Jason says, find someone that's always at your lives and make them a moderator. They can take care of the bots. Jason, I have Dustin as a moderator. He ain't even here. But I know I've tried that.
Different time, right?
Different day, different time. But I did post it on my Facebook page too, as a reminder. So yes,
You did.
I did. A lot of people are Dr. Barry's right now, I'm sure.
That's true. It's true. He has
live now.
his live, exactly. So.
Trace, this bot is hot for you. I'm just gonna put one up here.
Oh dear.
And it's repeated now. It's constant.
Yeah.
It's all Trace.
It's definitely a bot.
Oh, I know. It's like comment after comment.
Must be the haircut.
Crazy.
A little.
That's it.
No, you guys are great. So KPL's on the horizon. You got any more meetups going to, ladies?
No, that was like
That
I
was
said,
our
that
first,
was a fluke, and it really because at Hack Your Health, and this happened with Wendy and Harry interviewed Adrian who was on The Biggest Loser.
Mhm.
Adrian Gledhill, if I said that right, I'm not sure. Anyway, so I listened to her story when they interviewed her. And I saw her, but we were never close enough to say, "Oh, hi." I didn't know who
Introduce
she
each
was.
other.
I didn't recognize her as a YouTube personality or anything. She does have a YouTube channel, so I just didn't know. So they interviewed her, and I happened to catch the live, and I watched it and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, that was so great." And then I'm like, "Oh," I went on her and subscribed to her channel, and then she had this other girl, Karen, on her channel, and then she was talking about, "Oh, if anyone's in the Midwest, whatever, Karen's doing a meetup." So I, said, "Where?" And she came back to me, and Adrian actually was going to it, and she was coming from Minnesota, so it was like, "Oh, okay, well then I'll get to meet both of them." And I thought, you know what, it's the closest, it will be fun. And then she's like, text me, whatever, and she's like, "There's a hike. Would you like to come on the hike and join us?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow. Exercise before you go eat barbecue?" Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we were concerned, could be a big cicada incident. It was
I
also
said
like,
if they're bad, I'm staying in the car.
it was like, also it was like in the 90 degrees, whatever. It was
We had a
heat wave going here.
So.
And so it was very hot, but you know what? It was a nice shaded area. It was a beautiful
Perfect.
park, and we went there and we're the newbies, and we didn't know anybody, but everybody was so nice. So I guess if there was one close, we might. It worked out. It was like probably meant to be. So
Would you have done it if you hadn't gone to Hack Your Health?
oh no,
No.
this was because of you and Dad. That's the only reason why we did it. And then because you guys convinced us to go to Keto
Palooza.
Palooza. So we're on our way there because we know we'll get to see you again. And that was like the big, oh, we'll get to see Deb and Cindy. We're gonna go to Keto Palooza. And then I believe, I'm not sure if Adrian's 100% sure if she's going, but a lot of the people that we met, they might be going too. So I'm like, okay, that will be good. We'll just know more people, and just so curious to learn about, you know, the way other people are handling their diets, and you know, and of course, you know, Cindy sold me on the being that it's smaller and it's more intimate, so you could really have a conversation, and that was what was so great, because I felt like everybody was so warm and welcoming, and there was just so much connection and so much, you know, as Joe and Rachel always say, it's all about community, and that was like so great. And I mean, I enjoyed that. I mean, I can't wait to see you guys. That's all I can say. So we enjoy your
here.
all
Yeah,
right.
we'll be excited to see you guys too.
That's for sure.
And meeting your daughter too. That would be
Yeah,
great.
that'd be awesome.
She's a sweet girl. Well, 50 years old almost. She's a sweet woman.
There you go.
She's still a girl. I was 16 when she was born. She was just this little bundle of joy.
She still is. She's coming to see me for a week. She's flying here on Friday, and
Oh,
we'll have a whole week together, and then I'll drive her back to Ohio. And last year I brought home her daughter and one of my other granddaughters for about 10 days. I don't know if they're coming or not this year. It's still kind of up in the air.
Your
But it was
your
a lot of
great
fun.
granddaughter and your
Yeah.
granddaughter.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
very good. Very good.
Yeah, did I tell you too? I'm going to be a great grandma.
Now you're. I know.
Awesome.
Yeah, you said your granddaughter.
Yep.
And it's going to be a boy.
Yep.
I didn't remember when.
Due the end of December.
End of December. Okay, well that will be a good.
Gotta be patient.
A Christmas baby.
She says, "Are you coming up here?" I said, "Not in the wintertime. Not doing it, not driving there then."
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's tough
kind of
out there.
scary.
That's awesome, Brenda. How many greats do you have, Debbie?
How
4
many
on the way?
grandchildren? I have 8 grandchildren and 3 great grandchildren and 1 more great grandchild on the way.
Oh my word! You're like a professional.
Yes, I am.
Don't feed that into her. Come on.
Well, you know.
Oh, they're wonderful. They're all great kids. They're all really, really well behaved, well mannered. Just great kids.
Are all of y'all on Instagram? Handles, please. Thanks. This is Jerry. This is the
Well,
one that had the spine surgery.
yes, we do have a handle, but we haven't posted anything on Instagram because I was just learning about it. But it's KLC Spin.
KLC Spin.
Mhm. I
Probably
just
all
fly
one
around
word,
under
right?
my name, but I don't have a media channel thing going like these two.
Oh, this is
Like you
sick.
should.
I like to fly under the radar.
She's my radar. We share.
There you go.
So there's mine, Jerry, and there's theirs. And Debbie, you could probably find her on mine. But yes. That's the only one that just doesn't have my name all spelled out.
Yeah,
I didn't care.
I don't post anything. I just
I have,
play.
I have to learn how. So it's a learning curve. It's like finally I like got an account, and you know, I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do with it. Or if people
I
want to
just
follow.
I just started it. Yeah. Prayers for the tarot person. Yeah. They need prayers. But yeah, he's relentless. He or she or whatever it is relentless.
Keep you on your toes, Cindy.
Yeah, they are tonight.
Wow, this has been an amazing time for us. So I, like Thank you so much.
It has for me too. And I'm sure Debbie too. She wouldn't have stuck around this long.
Yeah.
That's true.
I
That's very
know.
true.
Yes, we're gonna have to see some of the paintings. There's so many things
Exactly.
that, because what we know about you guys, that we want to go in more depth.
Yes, Debbie, I have.
Well, y'all are going to have to make a trip down to Kentucky, and Debbie needs to come up from South Carolina. She does often, though. So with one of these weekends when she comes up, you all are going to have to come down.
We'll have to figure it out.
Yeah,
That's right.
we can do that.
Anytime. My husband and I are always home, or we're bowling, or we're always in town. Oh, goodness sakes. Anyway, thank you, girls, for coming on. I really appreciate all of you. Debbie, Sharon, Trees.
See you guys and talk. It's fun.
I know.
It's been a lot of fun. And your first live stream.
What?
Done. I said your first live stream. Done.
Exactly. Very good.
Yay.
Very
Yeah.
good.
You made it easy for us. So
Exactly. I feel like we're just at the conference talking side by side.
there you
You
go.
know, I never thought Cindy would be doing this.
Yeah.
I didn't think she would be successful in her journey either. And she's just amazing me altogether. She's doing really well. I don't want any part of it, honestly. I don't want to be in front of the camera.
I'd
I'd rather watch.
I
Yeah.
love when she interviews the doctors and the
Oh, yeah.
questions that she asks. I mean, I think they're great. I think
They
they're
are.
great.
But that's her. She's found her spot. And I like
Yep.
it.
Yeah, the first Keto Palooza we went to. I think we were on our way home. Debbie looked at me. She said, "You found your people."
Yep.
There you go.
Yes. Yes, you did.
Am I okay?
And all orchestrated by Debbie. Got you into it. And now you're in deep.
And this stuff, YouTube, I think Dr. Baker's at fault for that. Because
I think
when
so,
he
too.
interviewed me, when
That's
he
probably
interviewed me
told
on
me that-
Rivero,
When she called and told me that Dr. Baker wanted to interview her, I said, well, do it. And she said, I'm too nervous. And I said, do it. That's great.
she was more excited for it than I was. I'm like, why don't you come up here and do it with me?
No,
There's the support.
that's right.
No, it's
But yeah,
great.
that was in May of 22, I think, before Keto Palooza, anything.
Yeah, it was.
And he wasn't there. I met him at KetoCon last year.
Hmm.
And then this year, when I pulled him aside and he was walking out of that room and you girls had to leave, he was in a hurry. I'm like, wait a minute, they got to catch a plane. And he stopped dead to get his picture taken with you.
That's right.
Okay.
And he
Speaking of
was
that,
larger than life.
Yes.
which of you has the picture of him with you two ladies? I do not have that, and I want
You
it.
do not?
We'll
I will
send
give
it.
it to you
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay,
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I still have one.
because I'll never forget the hand in the head comment. So
His hand as big as her head.
Yes.
and the picture showed it was true.
I
That
will
was great.
I will send that along. Thank you guys so much for this. This was beautiful. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like we're sitting across the table at Luby's.
Yeah.
Yep. Like I said, we're just sitting at separate tables because she must have aggravated me or something. And I didn't want to sit with her. I'm just kidding. We get along good. We do.
We do too, for the most part.
Yes.
There's always gotta be
There's got to
teasing
be
going
some
on.
sibling rivalry, or it wouldn't be sisters.
Exactly.
Some
Oh,
teasing.
that's what editing is for.
You got to keep that stuff in.
Maybe we'll do it official uncut one time. Then
There
no
you
one
go.
will watch anymore.
or do like Anita does and do your outtakes at the end.
Yeah,
might be
just throw
fun.
them in at the end. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I don't have very many because I try to think about what I'm going to say, or I just don't care and I leave them in because I'm human and I don't care. I've done so far pretty good considering.
Yeah.
I'm a one-man show and I only have a phone and I do it all. So
Yeah.
Well,
That's
you're doing it
it's
good.
amazing what you can do on an iPhone, because that's all we have.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't use the computer to edit either. I edit all on the tiny phone.
yeah,
So
that's
learning.
what I do. I edit all on my phone on iMovie. I throw it into Dropbox, and that's the only thing I do on my computer is I come back in here and I pull it up out of Dropbox and put it in YouTube.
Well, I would be willing to drive to Chicago if you guys are going to cook for us.
Oh, well, we
we
definitely
could
do
we
that.
could do that. We
get
definitely
we get road trip, Cindy.
we can be the hostess with the most.
For sure.
We would love to go down the list and have you try all of our recipes.
You have to make a list for us. Let us know. Or if
A
there's anything you want,
smorgasbord, a buffet.
you guys are like, we were waiting for that recipe for someone to come up with it.
Yeah.
Now, I've already been invited to somebody's house too.
Ooh.
Chris
Which
Cooking
one?
Nashville.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
There you go.
that's another
Debbie,
road
you'll
trip.
have to come too because you've done invited yourself anyway.
God, I got to quit my job.
You do. No, he said he wants to start up a segment. I don't know if you saw that part of it, where
Yeah.
he has, it's like a family
Family
table
table.
where he has people coming. And he said, talking to Ash, he says, I think Brian and Cindy should be our first one.
There you
I think
go.
that'd be cool.
Hell yeah. I mean, heck yeah.
The taste testers too.
Mhm.
That'd be
I'd
awesome.
be there in a minute. He's like, what, 5 hours maybe from me, Debbie?
I don't know, Nashville, so
I know Knoxville's about 2 hours.
yeah. And it's another 2
Nashville,
hours
I don't know.
probably.
I
don't know.
Yeah.
Do
It's
your
like I told him
GPS.
I told him he could come up here and cook for me in my kitchen. I don't care.
There you go.
It's like, good Lord. All right,
Oh.
I'm gonna let you ladies go. You have a
Thank
good
you.
night.
Thank
Love
you
you
so
too.
much, you
Thank you
guys.
so
It
much.
was so good. Hugs and kisses around.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
You
it.
guys are awesome, awesome, awesome. All three of you. Just hang on for a second. And everybody in the chat, thank you for joining us. This is like a
Thank you.
rarity
Lovely comment.
Monday night, but
you.
thank you so much. And I will see you on Friday.
Awesome.